Well, I'm delighted today to be here at the Relocate to Guernsey Show with Raymond Evison. Welcome, Raymond.
Good to meet you.
So we're here at the show here, which is focusing on high net worth clients relocating to Guernsey. You yourself made a relocation to Guernsey many years ago. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit more about it.
Yes, David. Well, the reason I came to Guernsey, I'd known Guernsey since I was about 18, but in the winter of 1981, where I had my business in South Shropshire, we had a very, very cold and long winter. The temperatures were dropping to minus 20 Celsius and actually down to minus 26 Celsius. So we lost a third of all of our plant material at that time. So that was very, very painful. And then I came to Guernsey a few years later to advise someone on a horticultural project that they wanted to do, and realized that sadly the tomato industry had collapsed and there were many, many greenhouses for sale. And so I bought my first acre of Guernsey greenhouses for about £22,000, and we started the Guernsey Clematis Nursery.
Fantastic. So you spotted an opportunity and were able to bring specialist knowledge to capitalise on it, which is great to hear. Did you find the business community welcoming when you first moved to the island?
Yes, everyone was very welcoming indeed. In fact, because the tomato industry had collapsed very, very sadly, and that was really bringing in, I think at that time, about £84 million a year was coming into Guernsey from tomatoes alone. So that was a lot. So the horticultural or committee, the state's Committee of Horticulture, as I think it was called, were very much looking for people like myself to come into the island and to use the island, the natural environment and the light levels and everything that Guernsey has to offer to start a new business. So I started then the Guernsey Clematis Nursery, which is really where young plant producers, we breed new clematis plants, and about 80% of the clematis that we grow and sell from Guernsey every year, we bred and developed in Guernsey. Our Guernsey clematis production now is about 2.5 million plants a year, and we supply probably 15 to 20% of the world's annual requirements of clematis out of Guernsey now.
Wow, so it's an international trade that you've built up with many different countries you're dealing with. And do you find doing that from Guernsey, it's a good base for you to build and grow a business?
Well, very, very much so. I mean, I was really there for the climate because the light levels are 20% higher and better than the south coast of England. Obviously, a very mild winter, and it was made quite a difference. So I was using the advantages, the natural advantages of Guernsey to develop our business there. And it is now a worldwide international business. We're probably one of the biggest breeders of clematis and certainly one of the largest supplier of clematis plant for the world market. But Guernsey is not a place just for business. You know, it's a fantastic place to live, and I enjoy the environment there, and we're very, very fortunate to have our business there.
And have you found the lifestyle, living there over the last 40 years? Did you settle in quite quickly and put down roots into the community?
Well, yes, I think so. I mean, to begin with, it was a matter of getting on and working very long hours to get the business up and running. But yes, of course, I'm very much involved with lots of charities in Guernsey and working with the community. And the community really is a very friendly. I mean, Guernsey is a lovely place to live. I think the lifestyle there is tremendous. And I know when my daughters, although they didn't grow up on Guernsey, they spent a lot of time in Guernsey. And it was so wonderful that they had freedom of the beaches and all of that. So even today, I think it's a really great place to live. And I live, about 50 meters from the shoreline. So if the weather's right, I'm swimming every morning, not throughout the whole year, but I'm swimming probably from April through until November. So it's a great lifestyle.
That's fantastic. And did you find it easy to recruit and hire people into your business to help it grow and flourish over that journey?
Well, no, that wasn't really easy, actually, because the tomato industry had collapsed, and then, of course, the financial industry started, and people were going from growing into the finance sector. And I think everyone was saying, well, don't go into growing, don't go into horticulture. It's not the way forward. So, yes, I mean, unfortunately, we did have to, I say unfortunately, but after, I think, 2 years in Guernsey, we were able to get staff from Madeira and train them. And now these days we employ probably about 40% of our team. We employ over 50 people at the height of our production. So about 40% of our people are from Guernsey and 30% from Latvia and 30% from Madeira. But the Madeiran and the Latvian people are all part of what we say our family. They've been working for us for 20, 25 years or even more, most of them.
Fantastic. So you're at the Relocate show here today, talking to some of the people thinking about making a move. I mean, what kind of conversations have you had today with different people thinking about it? What advice do you give to them if they're thinking about taking the plunge and making a move to Guernsey?
Well, I had a very nice conversation with the husband and wife who were really seriously thinking of coming to Guernsey. So I was very pleased to be able to share my Guernsey experiences and sell Guernsey, because I think it's a great place to live. So we had lots of very interesting conversations, and so hopefully they may well come and live in Guernsey. And they're really very serious about that and really investigating every angle, as it were, for their future. So I hope, I think Guernsey, well, I know Guernsey is a great place to live. We are somewhat a little bit isolated if it's foggy or something like that, but it's so easy to get into London or get the boat and travel around the world, because our international business, sometimes people say I'm hardly at home because I'm traveling somewhere. So really commuting and getting away off the island is generally easy, but you have to know there's fog sometimes or there are problems with the aircraft.
But there's always a solution, isn't there?
There's certainly always a solution.
And Joe Stoddart and the team at Relocate are on hand to help people with their decisions in looking to move over. Do you often work with the Locate to Guernsey team to help support them as they have these conversations with clients?
No, really, this is my first occasion really working with Joe and the team. But as my business is an international one, we exhibit at the Chelsea Flower Show, and we've been publicising the island through our brochures and in our medium. And I think many of us who have a business in Guernsey are always selling and promoting Guernsey Limited, as we call it.
Well, thank you for talking to me today, Raymond, and we look forward to sharing this interview.
Thank you very much indeed.